Hello, and welcome to another edition of One Bad Veggies Root Beer Review. This week we're in for a treat because we're going to have one Dell of a good time. I should have made a Packers joke. But of course, before we get started, we have to go over the rules of the review, which of course are: Step 1, we go over the ingredients of the root beer. Step 2, we go ahead and give it a little sniff, see if we can find any hidden scents and flavors in there. Step 3, of course, is the testing of the pour and the head. Step 4 is the taste test. And of course, Step 5 is the overall thoughts on it and the final letter grade. This week's review is actually kind of exciting because if you go back on the blog, I think most people would know that I have, and I've also touted this in real life amongst friends and other people and stuff, that one of my favorite root beers, maybe my favorite root beer of all time, is Sprecher's root beer. It's just wonderful little root beer. It's got kind of everything that I love in a root beer. Some people might consider it a little too sweet, but this week we're actually going to be reviewing a Wisconsin maple version of Sprecher's root beer. So I am very excited to try this one. First things first, of course, we have to do the ingredients, which should be popping up right there. As you can see, it's pretty simple. You see the Wisconsin maple listed on there. You see cane sugar, which thankfully, you know, I'm always going to prefer cane sugar over corn syrup. Pretty basic stuff, but you know what? Sprecher's has yet to ever let me down. Let's go ahead and take a look at that bottle. Art's nothing to be nothing special exactly, just right there on the bottle exactly what it is. I will say that I do notice that the bottle isn't quite as like wide as a normal bottle of Sprecher's. I don't know why that is exactly, but I believe it's still the same amount. I'll have to take a look at that. This is just a normal 12-ounce bottle, but otherwise, yeah, let's go ahead and open this up and get a little bit of the aroma, see if we can smell a little bit of that maple. All right, so here we go. Let's see how this goes. To be perfectly honest, it smells great. Like, it smells like a normal bottle of Sprecher's. But I mean, that's also kind of the issue. If you're going to tout something as being a special version of it because of a special flavor, like in this case, the maple syrup that's supposed to be in it, I would think that you would want the flavors of it to be a little bit more evident, either in the scent, but you know, maybe it's all in the taste. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more of that when we get there. All right, so we've got our frosty mug ready to go. Let's see how this goes. I was able to fit the entire bottle into the mug without the head overflowing or anything like that. Looks like the head's not super tall or anything, but it is stained. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of a taste of this before we move on to the full taste test. I'll be honest with you, like by the time I got it here, the head's almost completely gone. So this one's decapitated. All right, so here we go. So, I mean, first off, like, you take a drink of it, and it tastes like Sprecher's, you know, like normal, like, oh, this is good, you know. The maple part of it isn't like super apparent when you first take a drink, but like if you kind of let it sit there for a second and then you swallow it, you can really kind of taste it in the background of the aftertaste. I actually don't know if you were just like to buy one of these at the store and drink it. I think you would drink it too fast to really kind of like appreciate that part of it, because it really does kind of almost like take a second to really kind of like your tongue to absorb all the flavors, to really taste the maple part of it. It's like like right now I'm kind of tasting on like the edges of my tongue and everything. It's actually it's really good. I don't know if I necessarily like it more than just a normal bottle of Speccher's, but I mean, it's still really good. I mean, needless to say, Sprecher's is already one of my favorite brands of root beer, and this is basically their version of like, oh, Sprecher's Plus. You know, you have an extra flavor to it. You know, if maybe the maple was maybe more like consistently stronger in it, although it really is good on the aftertaste. I mean, I'm gonna give it an A automatically. Like, it gets an A. I'm still not gonna say it's better than regular Sprecher's, but it's gosh, if anything would be able to contend with Sprecher's, it's just another Sprecher's. So there you go, A. So that's it. Go ahead and join us for our next root beer review, and I hope you had a good time, because I did.